Oh my gosh, my guys, this is just a bad news day for NVIDIA and AMD. So it looks like a retailer came out trying to say that AMD was going to charge you $899 for a 9070 XT. Whew, that's $900 for a 9070 XT. So let's okay, and then under this post over on Twitter, you can go look at it from, what is it, videocards.com. Frank Azor said underneath there, like, we're not going to answer every price leak, but we can assure you that we were never going to sell it for $899. Guys, I think they were going to sell this card for like $700. 600. I mean, I had already called this a while back. You know, they're claiming 7900 XT power, better ray tracing performance, better FSR. Is it really wild to think that $699 was going to be the price of the freaking 9070 XT? I mean, you guys always try to put AMD in a box like, no, they got to be $500. If it's not $400, I'm not going to buy it. You weren't going to buy it anyways. Let's just face facts. You weren't going to buy it anyways. And the more you guys try to pretend that you were, like, it really just gets old. It gets annoying. All these little armchair freaking, you know, tech whatever saying, oh man, we're not going to buy it. It's not worth it. Whatever, man. You guys were willing to pay $1,000 for 4080 Super, and this card is going to have almost 4080 Super power with better ray tracing, better freaking AI upscaler, all of that stuff that you guys were perfectly okay with paying for when it was NVIDIA. But now all of a sudden AMD's doing it and it's like, no, it's not worth it. It's got to be $400. It's got to be. Dude, I've heard people say $300. I'm like, you guys, you know, I don't know why I get so defensive and so like uptight about this. It's because I've been using AMD for the last 18, 19 months now, and I look at it and I'm like, what the freak are these guys talking about? They literally say this thing is trash, yet here I am continuously playing with it. I'm very happy. I mean, dude, I've had how many NVIDIA cards since I bought this, and I got rid of all of them? Obviously, it's not trash. Obviously, it's a pretty dang good experience. Now, yes, NVIDIA has come out with some features like, you know, AI upscaling, ray tracing. I mean, obviously, AMD thinks that ray tracing is starting to be more important, so they're definitely doing more to make it a better experience on the 9070 XT. Okay, obviously, it's going to start being important. Can you really go back since the 2000 series and tell me that ray tracing has really been worth it up to this point? Like, seriously, can you really tell me that, like, it's been worth it? Like, performance-wise? I mean, if we go back and we look at the games from the 20 series that were come out with ray tracing then, and we play them on newer hardware, absolutely. They're definitely better. But can you tell me for, like, the last 20 series, 30 series, it wasn't even until the 40 series that they started getting good, and now the 50 series and AMD is coming with ray tracing. I mean, AMD had pretty decent ray tracing performance on the 7000 series cards. Just to be completely clear, unless you were playing like the NVIDIA sponsored ones, then you definitely saw a massive tank in your performance. Just like with what's going on right now. Okay, look, guys, I know that a lot of people literally just think AMD is trash. That's fine. You're free to think whatever you want. Honestly, I think you should try it. I honestly do. I think you should try AMD and see just how good or bad it is for yourself. I hear the driver thing repeatedly, and that's just nonsense. I've been using it for 19 months, and if like literally having NVIDIA and AMD drivers on my PC at the same time, literally not freaking redoing Windows, man, I'm literally the poster child for if I was gonna have driver issues, it would have happened to me. Like a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I've done everything to basically ensure that would be the case. And it's just not true, guys. Like, the drivers, I mean, just like with NVIDIA, like there were just as many freaking, you know, little quirks with NVIDIA drivers as there's ever been with AMD. I'd say they're about the same, honestly. To be completely honest with you, driver-wise, they're about the same. They're literally the same. NVIDIA, you get your drivers a little bit faster, and AMD's usually come a little longer. I haven't really had a whole lot of games on AMD that come out and the drivers were just terrible at launch. Like I haven't had a whole lot, but then again, I'm brute forcing with a 7900 XTX, so you never know. You never know. I mean, take for instance like Final Fantasy VII. Like I'm playing through that one, and like it meets my standard of smoothness. Like it meets my standard. I mean, you guys are like, oh, I can see it, and I'm like, dude, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. You guys say you see it in my recordings, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. And then when I watch them back, I could see like the 99 percentile thing moving up and down. I can see that, but let me tell you guys, I don't feel that. But when I'm going around the corner or something, like I'll see the screen jerking. But yeah, guys, honestly, if AMD wanted to sell their cards for $800, I don't even think it would matter. I don't even think it would matter. They're gonna sell, you know, whatever they're gonna sell to as many people as gonna buy it, and then they're gonna lower the price so they can sell some more, and then and more and more and more. I mean, it's not a stupid strategy, to be completely honest with you. The diehard fans like myself would go out and buy it day one, so they're at least guaranteed to get. And I know there's more than just me out there. I mean, honestly, if you're an AMD fan, look at it this way: if you're an AMD fan and you've been buying AMD, and AMD finally comes out with machine learning, upscaling, better ray tracing performance, all of this stuff, you know, in their top of the line card, and you're just like, man, I am an AMD fan. Awesome. You're gonna love it, and you're gonna pay for it. You are. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Is it gonna convince an NVIDIA, somebody that loves NVIDIA, to leave NVIDIA for an $800 AMD GPU? Absolutely not. Like, probably not. They're probably gonna be like, man, for $800, I'm just gonna go buy, you know, well, $899. They're like, man, I'm just gonna go buy a 5080. Why would I buy that when I could just spend $100 more and get neural rendering and all this other stuff? You got to look at it from this point of view. Like, if you're an AMD fan and they come out with that, you're probably thinking, okay, I could do that. And we're talking about an AIB card. We're talking about the Red Devil, like Pro. Is it the what is it, the Red Devil? Like I think this is their main card or whatever. Like the Red Devil limited edition. Yeah, it's the limited edition card. So like $899 for that card. Maybe that's the price of the AIB. That usually puts, you know, that puts the AMD cards at like $749 at launch. I don't necessarily, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know NVIDIA gets away with making these prices, and as long as NVIDIA is charging super high prices, that opens the door for AMD to charge pretty high prices too. They're not here to save you. They're a company. They are a corporation. They want to make some money. They're not here to save you from big bad green NVIDIA. They're not. They're not here to save you. They're here to maximize the profits for their shareholders, just like NVIDIA does. Yeah, that's what they do. They're companies. They're not here to be your friend. They're not here to be my friend. You know what I mean? Like, I just happen to like AMD, so I talk about it. And you guys tell me I'm a fanboy all the time, and that's not cool. Actually, it is whatever it is. I don't care. It's engagement on the channel. So, at the end of the day, guys, AMD is going to price these cards at whatever they want. I still think 650 is fair. I don't see why not. I mean, if this thing is like, I think they could charge whatever 7900 XT is going for right now for this card, right out the gate. I think they could. I think they could, and that would be a fair price. I honestly do. You might not disagree. I mean, you might not agree with me. You might disagree with me. You'd be like, no, you know what you're talking about, Frog. I've been here in the PC space for 100 years, and it's, those times are over. They're gone. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't matter. We can all speak with our wallets, but dude, somebody out there's buying these cards. We can speak all we want. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, am I happy that I got to pay so much for a GPU? I mean, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, if you want high-end power like a 4080 Super, 7900 XTX, or 7900 XT, yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more money. Those are way powerful cards. They're not your typical like 60 series card, man. These got a lot of punch to them. I can literally play any game I own on 4K, and it looks good on a 7900 XTX. Flip on a little bit of FSR, do a little bit, it looks good. It looks significantly good. Play anything, native resolution, 3440 by 1440p. I could play, you don't understand, like, we have so much power at our fingertips But we keep coming back to the same spot every single generation. Why? Because we're hyped. Because we're hyped. We want that new technology, and we want the new ray tracings and all of this stuff. It's just FOMO, guys. It's just FOMO. Like, obviously, these products are either worth it or they're not to you. You can get a much better deal. Like, you could literally go out and buy like a 3080 12 gig and probably still have a good gaming experience at like 1440p. You could probably go out there and buy a 6800 XT and still have a great experience at 1440p. Like, you can literally go and spend less money and have a good time. You want a $250 card or $300 card? Go buy a $250, $300 card. You know what they are. They got 7600 XT. They got freaking Intel B580s. They got freaking NVIDIA 4060s. That's your card. If that's your budget, that's your card. It's simple. If that is your budget, that is your card. That is the power you get. If you go back to these golden days that all you guys are talking about, these cards are significantly better than anything you ever got back then. I mean, dude, my ROG Ally is like blowing the doors off of 360 era cards, games. And I'm like, wow, that is impressive. Even on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 games, it's still holding its own. I'm like, and that's a handheld. And I hook it up to a 1080p monitor and the thing is rocking, man. It's like, woo. I'm like, damn, that is impressive. Impressive. So yes, if you don't want to pay the price for these cards, I don't know what to tell you guys, man. Like, you're right. I wasn't here at the golden age of freaking PC gaming. I came at apparently the worst time of PC gaming ever known to man. But I don't know. I think $650 is easily a fair price for a 9070 XT. I mean, NVIDIA is selling that level of card. The 9070 XT will be more performant than a 5070 Ti for $100 less. That to me is fair. That to me is fair. Is it going to have the same perfect, is it going to have like good ray tracing? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to match that or exceed that or be lower than that. None of us know. But I would say, you know, whatever shortcomings it has, $100 is a pretty nice discount if it's a little bit less. I don't know. I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll let the market decide like we should. The cards will come out. People either buy them or they won't. They'll sit on the shelf and it'll be easy to find them all the time. I could literally go out and buy a 9070 or 7900 XTX, pretty close to MSRP, under MSRP, but I can't do that with any NVIDIA cards right now. So yeah, we'll find out. We'll let the market decide. So you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.